Assalamualaikum and salam ya ikan di hatiku to our panel Dr. Noazira binti Ayub and our supervisor Dr. Farah Adila Abdurrahman, also the Pillow General Research. My name is Norma binti Puasa. I would like to present the Viva on the title regarding the study of customer satisfaction on the quality of counter service at the Kuala Selangor District Education Office. The next outline of the presentation are research background, problem statement, research objective, conceptual framework, research methodology, findings, research recommendation, research limitations, and the conclusions. The next slide is research background. The quality of service offered to customer is the main difference between organizations. Customer service is a major agenda in the strategic planning of every organization. Attention should always be given to improving efficiency and the effectiveness of the service delivery system. The improvement of the service delivery system is not only the focus on the improvement of the system of work, but the process only, but the due attention should be also the given to aspects of improving between the organizations and to customers. In addition, the organizations must be alert with the criteria also important needs improving using maintaining the quality of service counters such understandings, customer needs, procedures, work cultures, providing facilities for fixed resources, attitude and commitment of employee as well as monitoring system effective. The next is problem statement. The study found problems that counter service customer satisfaction are brought to attention of the public. A study was measured the level of customer satisfaction on the quality of counter service in the Kuala Selangor Education Office. This is because a poor quality of counter service will make customer become dissatisfied and create negative image to the government agency. From this problem statement is the founds reliability, responsiveness to customer demands of users together with vibrancy and security leading to highest customer satisfaction. This is important to customer counter service because the problems occur sometimes directly cause a peak counter service staff management. When the awareness is considered impolite, intervention can be introduced to reduce negative perception and reduce stress of work. To determine the quality of service using 5 dimensions is tangibles, empathy, reliability, responsiveness, and reassurance. They conclude that quality of service and customer handling lead to high customer satisfaction also with the customer service provider because the limitation phase depend on not having their own counter space in the main office and lack of staff. The next slide is research objective of these studies are number one is measurement the level of customer satisfaction with the quality of counter service. Number two is to ensure that the facilities provide at the counter satisfaction customer needs. Number three is to ensure that counter service officers have the knowledge to serve the customer. The concept of the studies is dedicated to customers who come to deal at Kuala Selangor Education's office counter who are in the Block A either for applications, administration, Apple to public and private sector receive and general payment school problem reports, quarters, applications, and so on. The next one is conceptual frameworks. Based on the figures show the relationship between the independence and dependence variable, they have a tree of independent variables that are factors influence that quality of customer service in the Kuala Selangor District Education Office. This dependent variable will influence the dependence variables which the dissatisfaction of the customer receiving the service. Customer service is terms is that means measurement of product or service provided by organization meets customer expectations and the part of indicates that what the customer wants. The instrument used included serve calls the to measure quality perception service. Serve call a concept based and the 5 dimensions most used by customer achieve satisfaction with a service. The description for each dimension is number one is reliability, is ability to offer an at the time consistent service to customer correctly and else can be used to which the character that has been set. The number two is timeability is appearances of facilities, equipment, condition and appearances personals. And the next one is responsiveness, is the knowledge of the employees, that ability to trust and settle rate for development until his is complete. The framework of illustrators provide a broad overview of the relevant conceptual framework for this research study. The next one is research hypothesis of these studies are HO is there is no relationship between reliability of customer satisfaction on the quality of counter service at the College Language Education Office. H1 is there is relation between reliability of customer satisfaction on the quality of customer service at the College Language District Education Office. HO, there is no relationship between tangibility of customer satisfaction on the quality of counter service at the College Language Education Office. H2, there is a relationship between tangibility of customer satisfaction on the quality of counter service at the College Language District Education Office. The last one is HO. There is no relationship between responsiveness of customer satisfaction on the quality of counter service at the College Language District Education Office. H3, there is relationship between responsiveness of customer satisfaction on the quality of customer service at the College Language District Education Office. This section shows seven the research methodology and tools which have been used to measure the level of customer satisfaction with the customer service at the College Language Education Office. This number one is research design, descriptive quantitative method questions. Second one is sampling technique using. The sampling technique using is simple terminology by giving a questionnaire at the random to customers who have finished dealing at the counters. And number three is unit of analysis is staff customer data measurement using Likert scales 1 to 5 is strongly disagree, neutral, agree, strongly agree. For the next one is sample size is random, is 70 respondents of customer who have finished dealing at the counter service at College Language Education Office. For the next one is data collection, have four sections, is section A to section D. Section A is respondent information. In this section, this question is about the demographic information such as their gender, age, race, material, education level, occupation, and the section B is customer satisfaction. In this section, the question is about the appearances of ensure that customers are satisfied with the service providers. In section C is tangibility and reliability. In this section, this question is about appearances of physical facilities, equipment, personals, and materials. And the last one is section D is responsiveness. In this section, question is about appearances of employees' knowledge, skills, willingness to control the situations, emotion, and effectiveness deliveries of information, the best service to customer. And the last one is data analysis. Have a two type of data analysis, descriptive analysis, and testing of hypotheses. The next one is finding. According to data, majority of respondents are female, with 78.9% of the respondents being female and 19.7% being male. The age range of 20 to 30 years is 11.2% compared to the age range of 31 to 40 years, which has 38.2% of the respondent, and followed by the age range of 41 until 50 years, which is 33.8%, compared to age of the respondent 50 years, which is only 35.4%. Moving the race, data show that Malay at 90.1% of respondents, follow the Indian, and will Chinese have 2.8% of respondents. On the material status data, it shows that respondents have this studies is married, which have 85.9% of the respondent, with the single is 11.3%, and the respondent 1.4% respondent is divorced. Beside that, for the standard area, College Language and range have the highest percentage is 7.3 respondent, and follow the Shah Alam, and next one is Klangs. Most respondents have SPN, which is dominant 53.5% of respondents, followed by degrees, diploma, which have 60%, and 22.5% will one respondent have PhD education level. Further to this demography, most respondent working in the public sector is 77.5% will provide 7%, student 7%, employees 7%, and others are 1.4% respondent. Following this demography analysis is 45.1% is almost respondents come to College Language District Education Office is 1 out of 3 times will the range of more than 5 years, 5 times has 39.5% of respondent, and then finally 1 out of 3 times have 12.5% of respondent. Furthermore, the purpose they come to Kuala Selangor District Education Office is respondent could transfer, could administration application respondents provide is respondent for fee of 2.8% respondent, with the second purpose is higher for delivery later and goods 25.4%, and the highest purpose was others is 28.2% of respondent. To conclusion, this demographic analysis is 98.6% respondent indicate that the officer at the counter really assisting them to resolving their problems needs. The next one is hypothesis from three objectives using person correlation analysis result. Is number one objective to measure the level of customer satisfaction with the quality of counter service. The result is 0.91% is the higher and p-value is 0. Hypothesis is HA1 is accepted and the rejected HO1. The next one to ensure that the facilities provided at the counter service customer needs is result is 0.75%, 0.7551 is P0, H2A is accepted and rejected HO2. The next one to ensure that counter service officer have the knowledge to serve the customer is result 0.822 and P is 0. HA3 is accepted and rejected HO3. The reliability using Cronbach alpha to the internal consistency that the related to the arrangement is data groups. It's also known that consistency method is measuring the data. The result is 0.92% and near to 1 for all the items. Thus, the data is reliability and measurement which leads in internal consistency. For the next one is research recommendations. Number one is training. Organizations are advised to control formal and informal trainings. The training will help the customer counter staff become a profession in service delivery. The next one is reliability. Information is based on the way service counter staff provide information with the client charter agencies. Agency also need to rotate employee working at the service counters to maintain the effectiveness and efficiency in the workplace. Counter is advised to work in group with the head leaders. The leaders is will take care of the counter service units. The next one in ensure factors is the consistency as and ability of the service counter staff to convey trust and confidence in answer when they're dealing with the customer field, and service counter is sterling satisfaction to provide a feedbacks. Box guide smile symbols should be placed at the service counter so that the customer can continue to vote the asset satisfaction when dealing with the service counter. And the next one is provide a queue management system. It can be improved if agency switch from the manual queue numbers to QMS system for more effective and systematic management. The next one is research recommendations and further recommendations. Number one is respondent feedbacks. It's difficult with the feedback of respondent who came to deal at the counter. Questionnaire were distributed online, so the specific number of people are selected to keep track on this number of who had completed of the questionnaire. There were respondents who did not fill all in the questionnaire are given. The next one is research design. Using the quantitative method, this study must be collected at the same time and also need to complete in a short time or periods. So respondents who answer the question at the same time as the other respondents share the same experience and the result were different for respondents who answer the question at the different times. For the suggestion for next future studies to increase the number of sample to achieve accurate the precise findings of the studies if sample size of respondents is large. In this conclusion, the aim of studies is about relation between customer satisfaction with the quality of counter service at the Kuala Selangor District Education Office. This study has found that they determine the relationship between the independent variable responsiveness, stability, and reliability customer satisfaction with the quality of counter service. Counter satisfaction on the counter service in the Kuala Selangor District Education Office was provided as the dependence variables. So that's all my presentations. Thank you.